Hello and welcome to this special interaction with the management at Piramal Enterprises. None other than Ajay Piramal is now with us. There is an important development regarding the demerger process between Pharma as well as the NBFC business. Ajay, thanks so much for taking out time for us. You've moved one more step closer towards this demerger. Can you tell us, our viewers, what has happened and why does this excite you?
So, as we had announced last year that we would go towards demerging businesses, one into financial services and the other into pharma to make two listed entities. And we had said that we would complete this in the last quarter, in the third quarter of the current financial year. And I'm happy to say that we are on track for that. As far as the process is concerned, we've got the NCLT approval for for the demerger to take place. Now there are certain administrative things that need to be done. We will have to fix a record date, and then we will wait for approvals from the stock exchanges. So I think that we will be on track to do two listed entities in the third quarter of this year.
Yeah. So let's go to the financial one first. You've done an important step over there. You've completed the DHFL integration with the company. What does it do towards granularization of your book? And you've taken a lot of hit on the net worth as well. Do you expect any recoveries to come in from there?
So as far as we are concerned, first of all, the DHFL merger has taken place, has gone off successfully. We've successfully merged all the entities. We had about 300 branches for DHFL and 3,000 people. I'm happy to say that they have been merged. We have now, in fact, added the number of branches as well as the number of people. Today, when we got DHFL, we had 3,000 people. Today, our total strength of employees is 8,500. So that's one thing. As far as net worth is concerned, actually, we're in a pretty strong position. Even after this demerger, our debt equity is 2.5 as to 1, and which gives us enough of a headway to grow. The granularity is concerned, we have increased our book as far as our retail book is concerned significantly. Now our retail book is almost 6 times of what it was earlier, and our growth is there. So we are moving towards making a much more granular book, as we said, and going towards a situation where today we have about 44% of our book as retail and the balance wholesale. Earlier, before DHFL, it was like 90-10. So we've gone towards that. And in the next few years, we want to make it 2/3 of retail and 1/3 of wholesale.
Right. Can you just talk to us about, once the two businesses are demerged, especially on the finance side, who will be heading the business? Right now, you have a retail head, you look at things. Who will look at the entire book?
So the entire book is that we are looking at it now. And as of now, I'm also involved in it. Anand, my son, is also involved in it. And we have strengthened our management across. We've got a new person to look at what we call Wholesale 2.0, which is Yash Nadkarni. We've also added a group president in Rupen Javeri. So I think there's enough of manpower to manage the whole book.
Right. Recently, you gave a big news regarding a tie-up with Paytm for loans. How do you see this entire thing moving, especially towards the retail side? You believe a lot more tie-ups will be done, a lot more digital lending will only increase from here, and how is Piramal investing into that?
So we believe that digital lending will increase, and a lot of the fintechs and all will need a solid NBFC to back them with all the regulations that the RBI is coming up with, and I can see that direction going on. It'll be NBFCs like us, which have the capital, will be required to do that. So we believe that that's a growth engine even before these changes with the RBI. We've been investing in creating a whole infrastructure of technology so that we can take advantage of this, and you will see more growth in this.
Right. When we just talk about successful banks and successful NBFC, getting deposits, getting cheap deposits is one of the key things. Are you looking at more cheaper deposits going ahead? Soon you will hit the 1 lakh crore mark in terms of a total lending book. Do you think a transition into a bank for lower deposits is something which Piramal would consider?
So as of today, we do not have a deposit-taking license. We are moving. We are just actually strengthening our systems and our processes because even the RBI is putting in new regulations as far as NBFCs are concerned, and we are doing that. And we will examine the pros and the cons of a banking license at the appropriate time. Today is not the time.
Okay, let's talk about the pharma business. Now in Q1, you did see pharma business margins collapsing. What I could gather from a lot of other people is that firstly, there is a lot of pricing pressure when you talk about B2B and B2C both. And second, it's getting very difficult to retain talent. There is a lot of churn in the business across this pharma industry. How do you see this both impacting your business, and by when do you expect this to recover?
So first of all, I want to just tell you that if you look at our business, and this has been historical, that the fourth quarter of the year is always a very high quarter in terms of the whole sales, and therefore margins, since it's a really optimizing on fixed cost, the margins in the fourth quarter are always higher, and the first quarter does come down. So there is some effect of, let's say, a seasonality, if you may call it, in this business for us. So the first quarter is always lower. You raised two questions. One is about the margins. I don't think the margins for us are under pressure. The margins are more under pressure when you have generic businesses. We have got, first of all, we have a contract development and manufacturing business, which is not where margins are not under pressure in that sense. Even our hospital generics business is a business which is not in just simple vanilla generics, if I may call it. These are complex generics. So there is not as much pressure as you would find it in the vanilla generics. And our third part of our business is the OTC, where anyway, there are margins, but we are reinvesting all our margins into growing the brands, because that's a long-term investment that we are doing. And that's why you find that we are having really good growth rates in the 40% plus growth rates in sales. So we are investing in building brands and power brands, which, as you know, in India last for a long time.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for taking out time for us. Always a pleasure. Congratulations on moving one more step towards your demerger process.
And that was the exclusive.